All right, so here we have baby back ribs, pork baby back ribs. I've taken it out of the package and we've rinsed it off. Now I'm just going to trim off a little bit of this ugly fat stuff just to make it look prettier. No big deal, just for presentation. But then again, big globs of fat won't render real well. But you know, these aren't huge. Just to clean it up, make it look a little bit better. That's it. Just a little bit on that side. Now to get this membrane off, I can usually do this with bare hands, but it is very slippery. Usually I'll use a butter knife just to get under it. You can get it under the middle. I'm going to try at the end here and see if I can just grab it and peel it off in one piece. We'll see. Now since it is so slippery, I'll show you a little trick. Oh, I'm going to be good. I got it. If you can't get a hold of it, grab a piece of paper towel and grab it with the paper towel. You'll get a better grip. You just get this membrane off. You don't want that. Plus, when we marinate it and season it, this will prevent some of that from getting in, penetrating the meat. All right, step 2. Let's go ahead and get these ribs. And I am going to flip these over and you'll see why. So we're going to put the meaty side down, bony side up, and here's why. We're going to marinate these in the genuine Faygo Detroit old-fashioned draft style root beer. So we're doing root beer ribs. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and put this in the fridge for about 3 hours. All right, let's pull these bad boys out of here. Wow, they kind of turned a little bit brown, didn't they? Flop over here. I'm just going to pat them dry a little bit. Let's just get the other side. Now, what we're going to do is get some rub on here. I'm using this seasonal. It's all seasoned, whatever you want to put it on. Fish, pork, beef. Now I'm trying to stay away from some of the salts. This particular stuff, it's got a little bit of salt in it, but it's mainly pepper. And it's got black pepper, green pepper, red pepper, coriander. It's got garlic. It's got roasted garlic, cilantro. Excuse me, cilantro. Can you say that? Dill weed. Let's see. I can't read, it's so little. But toasted sesame seeds, basil, parsley, paprika, lemon peel. So it's got lemon zest in it, cumin, and some kosher salt. Now this rub, I'm going to put it on pretty heavy, okay? So we'll get the back side of this real quick. I'm right-handed, so I got the camera on the wrong side. I'm just going to pat this down. See if I can get these edges. Not that that's too important on that side, but this side there's a lot more meat on the edge. Get that a little bit. All right, we got a pretty good coat on this side. All right, let's pat it in, flip it over. I'm going to get rid of this paper, because I have a feeling the paper might take some of the rub off. Okay, let's get some more of this on there. All right, this is going on the grill. All right, the grill is set at 275. That's 275, got it? All right, I got 3 zones. This one is on, this one is on, this is off. I do that all the time because I don't want heat right underneath this. It'll just bake it too fast. So we've got the indirect heat coming here. I'm going to try to center it the best I can. We got indirect heat coming from back here, okay? So my goal right now is for an hour and a half to get this fat on the ribs to start to render and just suck in all those herbs and the garlic and the pepper and the salt. As that fat softens up and it just absorbs the flavor until we go to step 3. Now, in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and cover this up with aluminum foil, and we're going to let it sit here on the counter for an hour and a half. We are going to use this, so don't throw it away. You can't drink it. It had pork in it, okay? Don't drink it. All right, with about 20 minutes to go, this is the pan of the root beer. I'm setting it on top of the grill just to warm it up. Oh, that smells delicious. We're an hour and a half in. So what we're gonna do is take this root beer bath and I'm gonna slowly pour it in the corner here, not on top of the ribs, but in the corner. I don't wanna wash off all the seasonings. We're just gonna slowly flip it over. And now just the bottom's exposed, but there's not a lot of meat on this bottom. And I'm gonna let this cook about 2.5 hours. So here's the ribs. I flipped them over. They were covered. I forgot to tell you that. Once you put them in the root beer, cover them with tin foil. And that's what we did. So I flipped them over and they look great. Oh my God. My whole yard smells like root beer. The neighborhood smells like root beer. All right, I've turned these down to low. We don't need high heat anymore. Well, we didn't have high heat. It was 275 the whole time. We're just gonna finish this up. We're gonna do a little glaze. All right, we're gonna take this off. I'm gonna set it over here. You won't see it. It's going on the table. I'm gonna put it on the center of the grill, upside down. Oh, one bone did fall out. That's not fall off the bone, it's the bone fall off. It shouldn't be to the point where it falls apart. You don't want that. All right, so what I got here, Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce, right? I've let it sit in the bowl. It's warmed up a little bit. It's like room temperature. Also got a little bit of honey, brown sugar. So, yeah, we're gonna do a little bit of brown sugar and honey on one side, half the rack. We're doing a little Sweet Baby Ray's on the other half. And that's what we're doing. Now, you can just leave these as they are because the root beer is going to give them an amazingly sweet flavor. You know what I just realized? You know what I'm gonna do? You don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm doing a third, and third. So what I'm gonna do is, one end, I'm gonna do Sweet Baby Ray's. The other end, a little honey and brown sugar. The middle, the way it is. There's no rules. Just do whatever you feel. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of brown sugar and just kind of drizzle it on here. But we're gonna put a little bit of brown sugar on there. And we're going to take a little bit of honey. Right? He's got one of these. Just smear it around a little bit. All right? A little more honey. A little more honey. You can also put butter. Butter is a great ingredient too. We're going to skip the butter today, but I'm just going to do this. Yep, we're just going to go Sweet Baby Ray's. All right? We're gonna flip it over. Oh, look at that, fall off the bone. It's broke in half on me because I'm an idiot. Always do this. Grab them like this. I just made a huge mistake. Grab them like this and flip them. I can't believe I did that. So I got the honey on there. Brown sugar. All right. Now, just pat a little bit in there. You don't have to put a lot. Now you can use white sugar too. They do render down differently. The white sugar is really cool when you put it on. It like turns into like this crystallized stuff. It's like it's got texture to it. The brown sugar just kind of melts. So anyway, we're gonna do the Sweet Baby Ray's over here. You can use any kind of barbecue sauce you want or none at all. I'm telling you what, this middle piece is going to be great. Just with the root beer. You can use Coke. I had a friend the other day did, I think it was cherry 7-Up, I think. Anyway, we're going to shut this. I don't know. So we're probably at around 200 degrees. I'll be out in a little bit. I'm going to come out and see how the sugar looks. That looks pretty good. That looks good. A little bit of the brown sugar hasn't like melted. Okay, I raised the temp up. I think we're good. I'm pulling them. Now, I made that mistake earlier, but I'm going to still try to bring them all off at once. All right, there we go. We can do it. We can do this. We have the power. Can't believe I broke them in half. Oh, well. Okay, here we go. We're going to slice her up a little bit here. All right. See if we can make some nice ribs out of it. Make sure you have a sharp knife. I sharpened the heck out of this thing. You know what? It's dull as hell. So my knife is super dull. I gotta get them sharpened. I totally massacred it. But over here, honey and brown sugar. Oh my God. Amazing. I kept hitting the bone too with my knife. Oh my God. So I can totally taste the root beer and the brown sugar and the honey. In the middle here, let's grab this one. See, I literally cut right along the bone instead of in the middle. This is no sauce at all. No honey, no brown sugar, just root beer. It's very good. It's not as sweet. But I can totally taste that root beer. It is sweet, but it's a mild, if that makes any damn sense. That's really good. I'm going for the Sweet Baby Ray's now. Well, I will say this is a little bit thicker on this end, so the root beer is not as prominent. And the Sweet Baby Ray's is covering it up. I went 5 hours on this cook. I'm gonna tell you something. 4.5 max. Do like an hour and a half in the beginning, 2 hours in the root beer, two and a half in the root beer. So that gets you to 4 hours. And then pull it out and do 20 minutes, 25 minutes with whatever sauce you want to put on it, or honey or sugar or whatever. If you don't want to put anything on it, give it 5 minutes. I think 4 to 4.5 hours it would be perfect. This side, which is the thinner side, now these are baby backs too. If you're going to use the big pork ribs, you're going to need the 5 hours. But these are baby backs. I probably should have went 4 to 4.5, not 5. I should have done that 4 hours, just so you know. They're delicious either way. A little drier over here because they're thinner. These are amazing over here, but this is Sweet Baby Ray's. And I think that sugary, sweet barbecue sauce is overpowering the root beer. Unfortunately. This all tastes like root beer over here though. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the show. And I'm gonna enjoy my ribs. See you next time.